Good morning. We're live. I'm Unwind with Teddy. It's Friday, August the 2nd. Are you ready to go? All right, then let's do it. It's Duckery Friday.
Said you needed space, said you needed more time to think, so you went away. But you still would stay in my dreams. Now you're back for more. Why you in my reality? My head closed the door, even though my heart just won't leave. That was then, can't go back. Hurt so bad, had to block out the memory. If we try again, start from scratch. You wanna pick up where we left off, but you've been gone away. You've been gone away so long. Since you've been gone away, you've been gone away so long. I forgot your middle name, I forgot your birthday. You still wear cologne the same, like it in the worst way. You've been gone away. Since you've been gone away, you've been gone away. 50-11 days, 50-11 days, 50-11. I lost count of all of the weeks that you have your way. Wouldn't pick a fight when you'd leave. Now you're back for more. Did you find the healing you see? Or did you realize that I'm everything that you need? That was bad. Yeah. So bad. Had to block out the memory. Yeah. Started from scratch. You wanna pick up where we left off, but you've been gone away. You've been gone away so long. You've been gone. Since you've been gone away, you've been gone away so long. I forgot your middle name, I forgot your birthday. You still wear cologne the same, love it in the worst way. You've been gone away. Since you've been gone away, you've been gone away. I forgot your middle name, I forgot your birthday, your favorite position. Do we still have chemistry? Yeah. Since you've been gone away so long.
Testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3. It's still low. Still low. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 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 See, I'm trying all these different buttons, and I can't tell if it should be. Is it on now? Am I all okay? How's the sound right now? Has the sound returned? Let's go back to this picture. I can tell by the ring. Testing 1, 2, 3. Waiting for a response. It's low. I have it turned up all the way. I don't know. How's that? Look, it looks like the ring is moving. So it should be better. I don't want to scream. Is that any better? Waiting for a response on the screen. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Let me go to my phone and see if I can hear the sound. Do you hear me? Yeah. Okay, I know you can hear me because I hear over my phone. I was all set and ready to go. Got my little music on, uh, feeling good. Let me turn my phone on. Don't want the feedback. Let's get this set up real quick. My screen. Good afternoon to all of you. Shout out to all my other bears, the grizzlies, and the honey bears. Please like the way in, and thank you for your patience. But right now, I just want to know if there's no sound, just let me know right away. Okay? And let me know if the volume is good. You should not hear the buzzing. I thought I got rid of the buzzing this morning when I was testing it out. So, spanner. Let's just put this up. Conversation. How about that? Let me know. Sound is good. Got a thumbs up. Woo! We're I'm going to have to ditch the beginning of this video. All right. So, I said I was looking to hear from King World. Like, do we have any connection? That's how I kind of left it last night. I hope you guys had fun last night, me going over the chat. I might do that with some chats. Yeah, it's kind of relaxing at night. If you if you'd like more, please let me know. Email me at unwinewithteddy@gmail.com. I don't think it's coming through clearly enough or loud enough because I don't see the ring moving around my avatar. I'll look at the setting. Testing, it's low. I'm just gonna have to increase the mic volume a little bit more. It should automatically adjust it. I don't know why it's doing this. You gotta know it's frustrating for me. I don't want it to be low. I want you to be able to hear. So let's do this. But you can hear me. All right. So I was saying from last night, King World. We haven't heard from him part 3. And I said I'm keeping, at least I'm listening for connections. Yeah, I am. Well, I think somebody, somebody's got a relative. Can you talk to us without the mic? I don't know. I don't think so. I've got it turned up all the way. Until I figure this out. I don't see the ring. Is that any better? All right. So I was getting ready to say, or starting to say, I think, someone has a relative who lives in Indiana. No. Yes, that too. But a relative that lives in Louisiana. I think someone has a relative that lives in Louisiana. There is a Louisiana connection that may become apparent. Yes. And if there is a confirmed Louisiana connection, then I'm looking for a connection between that relative and some relative in the family. I think I've got the right family, and I think they're connected to that family. But I I at least have something that's pointing me to Louisiana. Yes, something that is strong enough for me to come to the mic and say that individual has a relative that is connected to Louisiana. Louisiana is a large enough state, right? But we've got to think about the story. And I've always said, unless it makes sense to me and we can find a link, some type of connection, then it doesn't make sense yet. Because I know what I've been thinking about. And it's got to make sense for me in that story somehow. It has to make sense that she came to YouTube because, even if it's that person, she came to YouTube to revenge for someone that she loves, and it needs to be connected. Well, I think, just going to say think, there is a family member who lives in Louisiana. Now I have to get a connection between that family member and the family that I am saying that she is a part of. No doubt. So this is why I am waiting to hear more, waiting to hear more. And while I'm waiting to hear more, there might be something that I've come across, like today, that would say this individual has a family member in Louisiana. But Louisiana is a big state. But we've been talking about Louisiana. They also have a family member in Texas. So Texas is still at play. Louisiana is still at play for me in this story. Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if that's any better. I'll wait for the thumbs up. I know we have people in the bushes, bush babies, maybe over on Facebook the sound is better. All right. I am leaning very close to the mic. Is there buzzing noise? All I want to know is, one, can you hear me? And can you hear the buzzing noise? That's gonna bug me. Not not as much. If you think you're bugged by it, I'm bothered even more so. So you're working around the house. All right. I just need to know. Buzzing. Do you hear buzzing? You can hear the sound, but do you hear buzzing noise? So I'm always looking for two things right now while I'm still in my lower level. Buzzing sound and sound. No. Good. This individual has links to Louisiana, relative in Louisiana. So there is a connection. What that connection will mean to the family that I'm looking at, I've not made that connection yet. But I want to make that connection, not because it just needs to be. Before I can say it makes sense. So I'm standing here still saying, okay, what else? I can tell you this, which is kind of interesting. This is just a, let's see if I can have it. Hang on. And I'm like looking at it from last night. Okay. I'm like looking at this. Here we go. Like looking at this, because I see this in the video. And I'm looking at the name on both sides, but I'm not looking at the symbol in the middle. And then it dawns on me, could that be the crossing of the swords? Or just an X? Do you know what I mean? Again, this is just anecdotal, right? This is just anecdotal. Um, that Danny Nirvana Soul Cycle had this as part of her symbol. What I want to know, and I've tried to find it in King World's video. Did he say something that she's in denial, or not denial? Okay. Did he allude to there was no mention when he pointed out that there is a company, Danny Nirvana LLC? Does anyone, I'd have to go back to his video. I've been really busy. But is that the point he was trying to make? I wish he would come on so I could ask him that question. Yeah, it's like, all right, so we've got on this side of the ledger what I think. Then we have this other on the other side of the ledger. And it's like weighing. All right. So what would persuade me that this makes sense? Well, Danny Nirvana definitely has removed all of her, what, in the Instagram they were talking about? Her Instagram, Danny Nirvana LLC was dissolved only late last year. So that corporation, or LLC, she dissolved it. She also dissolved something else I'm not going to mention. So, what does that mean? Is that all right? So I had this LLC, and now I know for whatever reason I can't say because I haven't been looking at it. This is the reason I'm hoping if King World, but yeah, I'm not. I should make it. I should say this. I don't know so. What I do think strongly is there is a Louisiana connection. Daniel Robertson Soul Cycle has people in Louisiana. I think very strongly based on what I've learned, what I've learned. And maybe that, I don't know if that was something King World was going to talk about or not, or if he's going to talk about it anymore. I'm proceeding, with what I'm doing here. But if it's to take another look, this this name was floated in the beginning to me in June, July of 2022. But I said I I didn't give it a sec. I mean, I didn't give it a second thought. And that's been over 2 years. I haven't contacted this individual. None of that. Nobody in the family. No, I'm not working behind the scenes with anyone related to Danny Nirvana. And that was the name of her LLC. It was. So I'm asking, did King World, is that why he put up the picture of her and that Chantel Jeffries? And in the caption, it had Danny Nirvana to establish that Daniel Robertson had an LLC. That's what I would, he put that up. He put Danny Nirvana LLC. Then he, put that. So I would have to strongly say, yes, yes, Daniel Robertson Soul Cycle had an LLC called Danny Nirvana LLC. So on that, he put up, okay, I agree. She had an LLC, this person. Has that individual, uh, she moving like there's, something, she's definitely aware. She has to be aware because things have been scrubbed. It took hours to which part? I'm just talking about part one because part two, for me, the beginning was mostly on something else, I think. Yeah. So right now, I'm just trying to get through part one. I haven't even gotten through, like, sat down or listened to the entire from start to finish of part one. I was listening at the time, and then I had to step away. So I need to revisit it if I'm to focus on the information. Because I was listening, I wasn't, when he was saying screenshot, screenshot, I missed some of that. He kept saying screenshot, screenshot. So I need to go back and look at what he was pointing to. And that, that may have happened for a few. And I know it happened when he was showing. I've just like skimmed through. Yeah, there's some parts that I definitely need to go back. But all I'm saying, something that's new for me, that is a connection just to the state of Louisiana, is there is a family member who lives in Louisiana, who should be living in Louisiana. Yes, Louisiana's a big state, but at least that would cause me to say, all right, now if if she has family in Louisiana, can that family be linked to the other? Because if there's got to be a link for me to say, now we're getting somewhere. Does that make sense? Because I'm in a legal situation with this anonymous Danielle Roberts, and yeah, an anonymous person who can't uh, debunk either one. So no one, I'm telling you the truth, no one would like more than to rule Daniel Elizabeth out. I would love to rule her out, and I've said it a couple of years back when I first started talking about it. I said I would fly her in, or I would go out to Louisiana and offer her a public statement as to why. Yes, I would make a public appearance if that could be resolved. I would not. I'm not trying to say, if something isn't true 100%, I'm not certain, then I'm not going to say 100%. I keep saying everything so far points toward that. And definitely inside of the family. All right? So, and I've said that when Danielle Robertson is unmasked, she's going to be, I think, strongly inside of that family. I I haven't wavered on that at all. At all. Why am I talking about it this afternoon? Because there is a link. There is Danny Nirvana or Daniel Robertson. There's a strong indication. I'll just say that. I'll say allegedly that she has family in Louisiana. She's connected to Louisiana. And if there can be a link drawn, definitely between her family member, allegedly, thank you, Vicky, and this family in Louisiana and or family because they have family members in Texas. Nirvana has family members in Texas. So I'm just calling her Nirvana just so we can separate. 4 days I think it was before my channel first went down. I'm gonna go back to him. Dave Oz was in my chat. Daniel Robertson came to my chat and confronted me in a very strong way. He stepped in and basically said, if you're gonna do that, you gotta go through me. Okay? And the two of them went back and forth in my chat. I have that chat history. I may show you. Dave Oz, after being a few choice words back and forth, he made it known to Danielle. He said, it must be hot out there in California, something. He said, because I can pinpoint your location right now. I ignored it. But he said California, and it never had been floated at all on my channel because I just didn't. So maybe he was onto something. He said that he had been looking into her for at least a few weeks. Right? That's why he came out so strong when confronted. And for that, during the chat, it so upset her that she said, payback is a B. Joanne says, yes, Teddy. I can't rule DEA out. No, at all. Because no one has come forward with that. No one from that family and everything that I've worked on. That's what I'm saying. I would love no more than to rule her out. And it was her behavior I'm talking about on this platform that spoke volumes. Either I was getting close to the family, because if getting to DEA, if she's not, then she would lead to a connection to that family. Yes. So that could be the other reason, and I've said this before. This is nothing that I when she is unmasked, the true identity just be that someone else, maybe bigger, something bigger. Now I tell you who has bigger. Would they be equally, if you look at both sides, how Nirvana is connected in the industry? I don't know. I haven't been looking into her background. But she has a lot of people, I think, around her from that her cycling days, and I don't know if she's still doing that, but she is not Danny Nirvana LLC anymore. It's been dissolved, and it happened just at the end of last year. And it has her name listed, I think, King World Show. So she wouldn't be able to dispute Danny Nirvana. So why erase all of the evidence? Yeah, exactly, Joanne. I cannot rule out. Why would she be so talented? I mean, where it's no boundaries, none, none. I happen to be how I'm not saying this is related at all, but I'm just going to bring it up. Let's get this on. Just have a conversation. Let's do this. Yeah. So let's just have a conversation. I was listening very early this morning, and Sherelle was on. I mean, I wasn't listening to her live. She must have been live very early this morning. But she was alive. She was alive. And I was listening on my phone while doing other things. And she was talking about AT2. And of course I had to lean in because I wanted to hear what she said. And I popped in probably halfway through. I don't know, but enough that it caused me to want to hear more. And she was very tearful and she was upset. What's going on? And she was talking about, and I should say allegedly, because I haven't heard the video anyway. But I would certainly have compassion for her because if her mother was said some things about her mom, it would be bruising, especially I could just hear the pain. She talked about her mother was sick. I didn't know. She went into it much further. And then Perry was on as well. And then she kept asking, but I just don't know. Something like this. Why? After all her mother and her and Perry did for AT2, which I was aware of all the story. It's very interesting to me. I was around at that time, but I didn't know this part of the story. when, remember, things were being said. And long and short, I guess Perry and Sherelle reached out, however it worked, but they came together somehow and they learned more about him and he learned more about them and her mother. Somehow there was some type of contact where she would say, How? How could he say such things? And she said that he basically made it seem that it was a joke. That he jokes in this way, your mama, kind of like this. She could understand that on some level if her mother wasn't sick. But if somebody just says your mom, okay, your mom, dad, your whatever. But if he hurled an F bomb, and I said if, at her mother, then no wonder it would just make her so hurt. And then she mentioned her mother even came on to her platform. And the reason she knew is because her mother was listening at some point and heard this. And then she asked, why? How could someone do this? Say such things? Don't they have any boundaries? Here's what I'm getting at. Who would do this? Who would? It was almost like, did someone put him up to do this? And why? Again, I have to say allegedly. There are people on this platform who have no boundaries. Sherelle, none at all. And would do some of the most dastardly things without any remorse at all. She's asking, how? How? How could a person do that? I've asked the same questions. How? Until I realized that there are people who are capable of doing things that you could only imagine. And the more that it hurts an individual, the more that they enjoy doing it. We never know what goes on behind the scenes. We never know how long the get back might be. I don't know what would cause him to allegedly say such things. And then someone said it was cloud chasing. Now, you guys remember when he cursed me out? And hurled F. So it was not anything when I heard that. I didn't do anything to him. And then when she was saying that, she said, I didn't do anything to AT2. It was like I heard myself. I didn't do anything to him. It doesn't take doing anything to anyone, I'm learning, on this platform if they want to make someone into either content, target, whatever, get feedback, because I could say, more recently, who would I be thinking about? Someone that started a channel, and I talked about this one day. I didn't do anything to that individual. Nothing. Nada. And they've said some of the most vulgar, salty, horrific things that you can only imagine. It was so painful to her. I just don't know Cheryl in that way, but it hurt deeply. She said some things, even if they. And Perry had to say, kind of step in. And she said, hold on, it's my mother. What did that say in that moment? How a person would react to their mother. Watch where I might be going. She said, I've got to protect my mother. That's my mother. She said it to Perry. She said it to her audience in tears. She loves her mother. She's close to her mother. They're friends. Why would someone come on this platform so vengeant if it weren't so personal? Someone that they loved. You don't fight this hard. You don't pull out all the stops. Because it's your mother. Is it your mother? Is it someone very close that you love? People don't behave in that kind of way. They don't have the passion. And I listened to the passion in Cheryl's voice. And it reminded me that maybe, maybe somebody else so passionate that nothing, all bets are off when it comes to saying things about their mother, to somebody they love. You see why I have to get back to the beginning? Because it has to be a motivation. There has to be something to explain it. I have that as part of the story. And all I'm looking for is somebody else. Make it make sense in the story. Show the connections. So that reasonably it would cause me some. I want to rule. That needs to be ruled out. Just get us there where, yeah, that makes sense. That needs to be ruled out. Ruling somebody out doesn't mean you're trying to lay anything at their feet. But if information comes and it's clear that you really, really believe strongly, and I really, really believe strongly, I'm not going after this. I haven't been going down this path if I didn't. This is not just an exercise in futility. This isn't just a one-off. So it just reminded Sherelle how it affected her, how it has affected her about her mom. That a person, when that happens, he might say some things that are way like beyond. How could you wish things on people? Is it because someone hurt you so deeply? That's because it must have been so much close. And in her case, as a mother, who's closer than a mom, unless you didn't have that kind of relationship when you were growing up. Everybody wasn't as fortunate, and Sherelle said that. And she feels for those who didn't have the kind of relationship that she did with her mother to understand the way she feels. She says she talked to her mother every day of her life. And that her mother is very, very sick and is very stressful. I know what it means to have I know exactly how it feels. See a parent lying. I know what it's like. So if someone's saying that, I said, that's going to hurt deep. And it was meant to stay or get attention, like she said, or whatever. But why go in harder if that's the case? Why terrorize someone? That individual simply did something to help. Why? There's absolutely no excuse if that is the case. Again, I started off by saying I haven't watched, but is it out of the realm of possibility? Not the way she was describing. I'm talking about words. What happened between her mom? Yes, there are people right here on this planet that have no boundaries, that don't care. I don't know where people and then at the end of the night, again, I listened just long enough to get like the picture. Perry said he's going to address it on I also remember when things were said about AT2 and they defended him. This is what she said. I that we missed that. Did you miss that, Sherelle? If that was the case. I just, for mother's sake, hope they sure God's and all the love and nurturing and care that she can give from because nobody needs additional stress compounded on them when they're at their weakest. It can break literally heartbroken and cause them not to think clearly because people were asking her questions in her chat and trying to suggest things. She said, I can't think. That's because she was upset. People ebb and flow. And sometimes we cry. And sometimes it hurts. And like she said, just wait until you get in your 50s. That's what she said. When you get in your 50s, you will begin, it's just natural to lose people who are close to you. Because you're in your 50s. So your parents are likely going to be 20 years plus old. And they can fall ill. It's natural. I know my age. And that's why, certain people are sitting around and can make statements. And by the way, Shandava made a statement on video. He made some mention and laughed about it's going to be natural causes for me soon. Shandava, you don't know. You could, nobody's promise. You don't get necessarily longer life because you're younger. You could, we've all seen. Nobody knows who is going to leave first. And you don't have to be the sickest, illest person at all. You don't have to have any known condition. You can be very young. Then some of the stories, just natural causes, not because they're older, just sometimes you can't explain. So, go there with Shandava. I haven't thought about Shandava in so long. But yes, he did say it. And he said it on the heels of a video that was sent to him by DR discussions about me. Yeah, I have that information. So it hurts, especially when you're talking about someone else. So I guess there's no limits. That's why I say just watch how people make it make sense. It's a story, it's a connection. Vicky says it's going down. Now, Friday. It is about on hour 26. It's almost 2 o'clock. This video, the beginning of it, will be edited, so half an hour. If you are just now joining me, just skip the first part. All right, any questions, concerns, suggestions, comments, you can reach me on email unwinewithteddy@gmail.com. Everyone has a great Friday afternoon. Let's after this midway there. Love this much. Enjoy the rest of your night. If you don't come back later, I plan to come back sometime tonight. I know. I like I said, I watch part of the video. I've watched, I've listened to it maybe almost, but I'd have to go back. I want to see pictures. That's it for me. Biggest bear hugs go out to all the grizzlies and the honey bears. Please hit the like on your way out, share the video, and join me tonight. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Teddy. Have a great Friday. All right, so I just looked at my phone. It seems like, okay, Sherelle is on live. AT2, leave my mother alone. I think it says live. Let's see. Okay, so I will definitely be listening. Did you hear me? Or was my mic open? Give me a thumbs up. Did you just hear what I said? Anyone? I stopped suddenly. Was my mic open? I'm not sure. But I was saying that Sherelle's world is on right now. I didn't even know it. So I'll probably be listening in the background. The title of her video is AT2 Leave My Mother Alone. It's World and the Part 2 right now. I believe she is live. I'd have to click it.
Also, I think you know secret. I've been telling you guys this for years. Every time I talk to somebody on the phone, I record the conversation. It's automatic. I do it because I'm a blogger.
Okay, so I think it's live. Probably. All right, enjoy your Friday.